This week on CCX News.
It's truly a wonderful day for the North Metro area.
A truly wonderful day that was 50 years in the making. Plus,
the excitement level is super high. I mean, it's really exciting.
Excitement with the return of a long line and fresh glazed appeal. And later,
we're actually creating a thread of connection across the United States.
A thread of connection that involves students in Golden Valley. CCX News starts right now. A project 50 years in the making is finally complete. Construction of the last segment of the Highway 610 project has wrapped up. Hello and thanks for joining us. The long-awaited completion of Highway 610 is expected to provide quicker commutes for drivers across the North Metro. The project came together with bipartisan support.
Moments like this are what public service is all about. When we see a plan come together to serve our communities.
Leaders from all branches of government and different sides of the political aisle gathered to cut the ribbon to mark the project's completion. The final phase provides connections needed at the I-94 Highway 610 interchange and realigns County Road 30. It fulfills a vision that started with construction in the 1980s. That vision offers a 12-mile route from I-94 in Maple Grove to I-35W in Mounds View.
The point is not the road, although we really like the road. The point is what it represents, the real mission of what we're here for today, which is to talk about thriving communities and how we make that happen.
Leaders say completing this project will grow jobs and reduce congestion. It was funded by the City of Maple Grove, Hennepin County, and state and federal grants. A project in Brooklyn Park is among those competing for state bonding dollars. Lawmakers with the House's Capital Investment Committee visited the Community Activity Center, also known as the Northwest Metro Regional Athletic Facility. Brooklyn Park is hoping to renovate and expand the facility and is asking for $11 million from the state to make that happen. Representative Hulda Hiltsley of Brooklyn Park authored the bill. She says these proposed improvements invest in youth and the community.
The needs of the community are changing, so advancing and really developing and making sure that this facility addresses the changing population within the Northwest corridor is critical to our communities.
This project would add on a new field house with basketball courts and renovate the lobby and other spaces within the building. This is one of many projects being considered in a 2026 capital investment bill.
Very excited. I picked my friend up from work and I was like, Krispy Kreme, let's go!
17 years. That's how long Minnesotans have waited since they could last get their hands on Krispy Kreme's hot glazed donuts. That all changed when Krispy Kreme officially opened its new Fridley location this month. But this isn't the first time people have been excited about Krispy Kreme's arrival in Minnesota. This week, we take a look back and try to find out whether this version has staying power.
Appreciate all of you being patient, and we'll get you inside as soon as possible. Thanks.
At a time when people want things as quickly as possible,
And the excitement level is super high. I mean, it's really exciting.
there's just something about hot glazed donuts from Krispy Kreme
There's 2 dozen.
How long did you have to wait in line?
3 hours.
That forced them to make an exception.
I was here for about 2 hours, got here at 9 o'clock, I think it's about 11:30 now, so 2.5 hours. Went through in the express line.
Worth it?
It's definitely worth it.
Worth it because Krispy Kreme hasn't had a presence in Minnesota since 2008. The grand opening of this new 12,000 square foot Fridley store on November 12th was a long time coming for fans of the popular pastries.
You know, for 88 years, we've made the same original glazed donut, and for 88 years, when that hot light turns on and people try a hot donut, they're like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever had.
But this is a scene
Tuesday, April 23rd, broadcasting live from Maple Grove.
That's played out before in the Twin Cities.
I said crispy, you said cream. Crispy, crispy.
When Krispy Kreme first arrived in Maple Grove back in 2002, the hype was incredible.
More than a donut. It's just something that your body needs. It's like a necessity.
It was a necessity until it wasn't. The store closed 6 years later.
There's no guarantee that it's anything but a fad. Is something a trend or a fad? That's the whole problem.
University of Minnesota marketing professor George John says food retail is a notoriously challenging business.
When you open any new restaurant or any new retail store, the first 4 or 5 months look brilliant. But what you actually have to track is not how many people come in the first few months, but how many people actually return after their first visit. That's what hit Krispy Kreme.
At the grand opening celebration, company leadership didn't have much interest in reliving the past.
When we were in Minnesota last, it was through a franchise. And so I'm not sure the reasons that drove them to not stay in the market, but we're super excited to be back here today and to have this kind of response. Clearly tells us that we've done the right thing.
The real answer, of course, won't be known for several years.
So I think it's a flip of a coin whether it's going to succeed or whether we're going to see a repeat of the Maple Grove fiasco.
If day one is any indication, they're certainly off to a good start.
And I've been waiting for a long time, so I'm super excited.
In addition to serving customers on site in Fridley, the shop will also produce Krispy Kreme donuts for grocery stores and other retailers across the state. The roar of chainsaws has been increasingly common due to more downed trees, which has led to a tree dilemma: what to do with all the logs and limbs. The city of Plymouth may have an answer to that question. As Sarah Allen reports, there's an effort to educate tree companies and others to give downed trees a second life.
We have some very important things to talk about before we get started out here.
Class is in session for these 40 students.
We're working with very dangerous tools today.
The students are coming from different backgrounds
To put these wedges in to support the slab.
for an outdoor woodworking class at the Plymouth Yard Waste site. Some are from tree service companies, others are from local governments. But all care about making sure that downed trees don't go to waste.
It just seems wasteful. There's a lot of good lumber, a lot of good trees in what gets thrown out. It seems like it could be used for other stuff, and it would be smart to reuse it.
Brent Cooper works for Rainbow Tree Care. He says more can be done with the trees they remove.
Right now, most of it ends up getting ground, turned into mulch, or ground up and then brought to District Energy and run through the Xcel Energy plant to make energy.
This brown rot.
The class is designed to give students the knowledge they need to determine if tree logs could be sellable
You can use that to determine
or usable.
maybe where to start cutting or not cut. We're assessing logs, and we're looking at the logs and inspecting them and kind of figuring out what we could use them for. The guide runs along.
And students receive exposure to lumber tools.
Yeah, I've learned a ton, from the different techniques and tools to use.
It's just the volume keeps coming.
Plymouth Forester Paul Buck says the class is especially timely right now because there's an abundance of trees that have been taken down.
With the introduction of EAB, Emerald Ash Borer, into the metro area, and a lot of ash trees in the metro area, the market became flooded. I mean, we are just overwhelmed. Our yard waste site is overwhelmed.
Buck hopes that instead of being turned into mulch or burning it,
they're heavy.
These students will have the tools they need so that wood has a chance for a better future.
We're never going to get rid of all of it, but can we pull some of the best wood out and actually have some higher value uses for it?
In Plymouth, Sarah Allen, CCX News.
Plymouth partnered with the University of Minnesota Extension to offer the recent lesson. City Forester Paul Buck hopes other cities will also host the program. Still ahead, what a Hennepin County budget vote could mean for your bottom line. Commissioner Jeff Lundy stops by to talk about it next in Newsmakers. But first, we honor our veterans as we go to break, the sites of an annual observance on Veterans Day in Maple Grove.
Veterans are the quiet strength of our communities. They carry the weight of duty on their shoulders, sometimes far from home, sometimes at great personal cost, so the others could live in safety and freedom.
Bless our veterans and their families, and comfort and strengthen.
Thank you. God bless our veterans, and God bless the United States.
For 90 years, Connection has been at the heart of everything they do at Topline Financial Credit Union. Their team is passionate about connecting with you to help you reach your financial dreams. For some, they're here for your first, like your first checking account, first car, or first home. For others, they're here for those next steps, whether it's remodeling your home, saving for retirement, or starting a small business. Become a Topline member and let them be a part of your big moments. Visit toplinecu.com, because connected, we all do better. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
It's budget time in Hennepin County. The Board of Commissioners will approve a final budget in December, one that will result in a tax increase for most homeowners. Under a preliminary budget approved this fall, Hennepin County residents could see a tax levy increase of nearly 8%. For the median value home of about $400,000, it would mean an increase of $125. But the budget isn't the only thing under close scrutiny at the county level. In today's Newsmakers, Shannon Slatton sat down with Hennepin County Commissioner Jeff Lundy.
It's that time of year when cities are talking about budgets, and of course that means counties are too, and we have Commissioner Jeff Lundy here. How's it going in Hennepin County when it comes to budget discussions?
We're like everyone else, trying to put a crimp on what we spend on and trying to be frugal, but yet still deliver this core services that counties do.
All right, a little bit of an increase?
We're scheduled right at about 7.79. I think that's a number that's going to stick. So we're, I could tell people it's going to go lower. That's probably going to be the right number. When we're watching what's happening at this federal and the state level, because 2/3 of our budget in the county actually is passed through from other state and county federal governments that we spend for programs. And so as they make cuts, when you hear about Medicaid cuts, when you hear about SNAP benefit cuts and all these things, it's the counties in Minnesota who deliver those services. So we are watching with bated breath on seeing what's going to happen.
If someone's at home and they want to put in their 2 cents on what they think should happen to the budget, what should they do?
Contact myself. Absolutely. We'll have a truth and taxation hearing the first week in December. But I think, like everything else, people have questions. We're going to be running a social media campaign about the budget and try to give much information as we can to people.
All right. Moving on to the Youth Stabilization Center. This is something you've worked on for a while.
Yep.
For someone at home that might not realize what that is, what is it and where are you guys at in the process?
Yeah, there's a gap right now in the system that we will kind of fill in for a little bit, which is when kids are found mentally incompetent, whether in the justice system or whether they're not in the justice system, they're just found in need of mental health. There's no place for that first 35 to 45 days. And that's to get them there, get them stabilized, diagnose where should they go for care. There is nothing. And so we've got a place set up that will be open the first week in December that will provide a 30 to 45 day respite to get those situated. And it's not just for kids who have committed crime, it's for kids of all types. And we're going to try to find a right place to get the kids to. And so we're excited to have something, but like a leaky roof, you put a bucket underneath it and it fills up. So we know we need more resources.
And it's in Minneapolis, but it serves kids from all over the county?
Absolutely. Yep. It's going to be Hennepin County kids. But yeah, and so if there's a family who's struggling with a kid who's acting out and they can't get that, this is an option. It's not just if they've been encountered with the police.
And is it beds or is
Yep.
it outpatient programs?
It's
or
meant
both?
the kid will stay there for 30 to 45 days so we can find out what's going on and get them stabilized. Because sometimes during that process, you don't have a place. They do something, which gets them in the justice system. They commit a crime or something where they act out, they commit violence. And so we're trying to intervene.
All right, and this has been a long time coming. Are you glad to put it over the finish line?
We're doing it. We know there's a lot to do, but you got to put one step down, and we're continuing as a county to build out a framework with other counties in partnership.
All right, and finally, let's talk about your new role.
Yep.
What is it?
Well, the county, we have a hospital. And so in August, the county board dissolved, the hospital board took direct control. So since 2007, there's been a hospital board. And it's kind of operated as a subsidiary of the county, but the financial challenges have been too great, too immense and too steep. And so in June, they were warning about closing, which isn't going to happen. And so the board took direct control. As part of that process, I became the chair of that board, which really means that our focus is on healthcare. It's about how do we deliver stuff. It's going to be about changes and tough decisions. And I think for our district up here, North Memorial is our hospital. I continue to meet with them. They're in a tough spot. We're continuing as a county to work with them, have conversations about how can we work together so that people who need health care, when they need it, it's there and available.
And HCMC really has some units that it's the only place in the state to go to get help.
Yeah, our trauma unit and our burn unit, about 40% of the patients over the last 5 years came from out of Hennepin. Why is that important? Because the only lever we have as a county to help fill in the missing money is property taxes of Hennepin County. So we're going to go in the legislature asking for ways that we can look, how can we, not just put the burden on Hennepin County to provide 40% of the healthcare and emergency services.
All right, that'll keep you busy after the new year.
Yes.
Thank you very much for stopping by today. Hennepin County Commissioner Jeff Lundy, appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Up next, we scroll ahead to a one-of-a-kind art project in Golden Valley. A unique art project is underway, created with fabric and creativity. Students at Purpich Arts High School will be Minnesota's voice for a national project that will be on display in Washington, D.C. Reporter Emily Haugen explains their role in the upcoming National Scrollathon.
The fabric of a society is made up of its people. Inside Purpich Arts High School,
2, 3.
its people are using fabric to make their voices heard.
Today you're going to use textiles to express your stories. So it's not just about being heard, but having an opportunity to really listen to the people that are also in the space.
Artist Stephen Ladd and his brother William are touring the country to build their collaborative Scrollathon project.
This scroll will contain your story, whatever story it is you want to share with the group today.
Scrolls are made with 2 strips of fabric, rolled together tight and secured with a pin. Purpich was picked to represent Minnesota.
It's a very critical time in our nation to create forms of connection and unity, and one of our goals is to play a role in uniting America.
Students like senior Ruth Savatini got to share their personal scrolls with the class.
I also thought it'd be a good opportunity to share my experiences as an American and how I view our society as a whole.
Heard and seen through portraits too. Artists are also making scrolls to send to the Capitol. The work will come together in Washington, D.C. for the country's 250th anniversary.
When people come to the Kennedy Center, they're going to see faces and collaborative artworks from every state, territory in our nation.
Every artist's piece had a personal touch, a story all their own, soon for all to see. In Golden Valley, Emily Haugen, CCX News.
And here's an example of what a finished scroll project looks like. The Purpich School project and others will be on display beginning in May of next year. Well, sports is up next. John Jacobson recaps signing day. Find out where some local prep athletes are headed to college when we come back.
Wednesday, November 12th marked the start of the NCAA's fall signing period for student athletes. Chaz Moots has more from the area's largest signing day ceremony.
Signing day at Wayzata High School saw 25 Trojans put pen to paper.
It's really cool to see all the accomplishments that people have had. I mean, the different journeys that they've had, the things they persevered, but it's just awesome to see a group of peers around me that are being able to play at the next level.
The 25 signings is the most Wayzata High School has had on a day that has been in the making for years.
Just years of hard work and learning and growth and stuff like that, and it makes it all worth it in moments like these. So yeah, I'm obviously super grateful to be able to play basketball at Creighton, and I'm just grateful for this whole journey.
Kate Amelet isn't the only Wayzata athlete that signed to play D1 basketball, as Christian Wiggins will be heading to Iowa State and Nolan Anderson staying home at the University of Minnesota.
I mean, it's pumped. I can stay close. I got all my friends, family, and all the support around me. Even the school right here is only like a few minutes away, about 30 minutes. So, I mean, it's super nice to be around people you've been around your whole life, and especially do it at a place you can call home.
Just going through my junior year, it was kind of just, they were completely committed to me. Coach TJ showing up at my school for games, for practices a whole bunch. Coach Green coming up to see me as much as possible. And their commitment kind of just built that relationship to me, just knowing that was going to be where home was going to be at.
Another big signing came from Wayzata boys swimming senior Nathan Carr, who will be heading east to the University of Virginia.
It's a top public university in the country. And then just like rich history. Obviously their women's team, 5-time national championship. Their recruiting class last year for guys was the top probably ever. Their girls team has done really well. The guys team will get a lot better.
Lila Golem was one of 13 female student athletes who signed, committing to the University of New Hampshire to compete in cross country, track, and Nordic ski.
I definitely, going into it, I thought I was just gonna ski, but I've really progressed as a runner the past couple years, and
those coaches see that and they just decided like they want me for all of it, and I'm going to try and give it my all. It's definitely going to be hard because I'm studying civil engineering, which is not the easiest major, but I think the coaches are really going to help me through it, and I think it's going to be a great experience.
In Plymouth, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
Winter sports teams are getting started with their seasons. Girls basketball practices are underway. Jay Wilcox previews the Hopkins Royals.
They're back at it, wearing the title of defending champs. The Hopkins girls basketball team is coming off a state 4A championship that was very satisfying after they overcame injuries to key players to shine at the right time.
I think it was very special for our group, especially for the injured players. Like, we're a family, so at the end of the day, we really won it for them because we had a lot of seniors and juniors who couldn't be on the court, so just like winning it for them was like something I would remember.
It felt really good. I thought, we had kind of some ups and downs. We lost two really good players earlier in the season. Took some time to get the kids to gel, but we gelled and we started playing our best basketball at the right time.
It'll be a fairly young but talented group on the floor for the Royals this winter. They're led by 3 juniors, post player Irma Walker, who had a superb championship game against Maple Grove, point guard Jalea Diggs, and wing Ava Cupido, who returns after missing much of last season due to an injury. It's a promising squad.
Yeah, I mean, so far so good. We've put in a lot of work in the off season, so I'm just excited to be back playing with everyone and just trying to accomplish our goal.
We're a very young group. I think we're very talented, but we have to lock in on like the fundamentals and just get used to playing together and just getting down our defensive concepts and just getting the offense flowing.
Having talent isn't always enough. If players don't buy into their roles and put the team first, it can derail a good season. That's something that's always stressed at Hopkins.
Yeah, it's super important. I mean, Jalea Diggs at point guard, Irma Walker, one of our main players as well. I mean, they do a great job. I feel like we get everyone involved, and I think that's super important. I think Coach Starks does a great job at making sure that happens.
It's extremely important, to have kids that are willing to go through the system, willing to wait their turn, willing to, kind of learn the system and, contribute in any way they can. It's a real plus when you have kids like that.
They'll be facing a gauntlet of great competition all winter, just the way they like it at Hopkins. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Still to come in sports, the first of our all-area teams from the fall sports season, boys soccer. It was a good season for boys soccer in the area, with Maple Grove placing second and Wayzata fourth in Class 3A. We've consulted with local coaches to name the CCX all-area team. Here's Jay Wilcox.
We'll start our CCX all-area boys soccer team up top at forward. Armstrong's number 10, Moses Kamara, wasn't stopped often like he was here. Kamara is Class 3A's Mr. Soccer winner, tallying 26 goals and 4 assists while earning All-State and Team MVP honors for the Falcons. Another number 10, Prince Crawford of Osseo, had a strong senior season too. The All-State and Star Tribune All-Minnesota pick, Crawford had 15 goals and 8 assists and was team offensive MVP for one of Osseo's better teams in recent seasons. Number 15, George Sefker, excelled as a junior for Wayzata. Co-MVP for the Trojans, Sefker had 11 goals and 4 assists in helping the Trojans to the Section 6 3A title. Our midfielders include number 17, Everett Johnston of Maple Grove. The senior earned All-State and All-State Tournament team honors for the Crimson. A 2-time Crimson scoring champ, Johnston had a pair of goals in the state semifinals and tallied 15 goals and 10 assists. Number 11, Elan Chaudhry of Breck capped off a strong career with a good senior season. Chaudhry had 16 goals and 7 assists, earning Class A All-State and Team MVP honors for the Mustangs. Number 6, Jamelia Fondo was Team MVP for Champlain Park. The senior was the engine of the team, registering 14 goals from a center mid spot and adding 5 assists. He had 5 of the Rebels' 6 postseason goals. Number 11, junior Parker Carlson came on strong in the postseason for Maple Grove, scoring some key goals. An all-conference and all-tournament team pick, Carlson registered 13 goals and 10 assists for the Crimson. Number 9, Douglas Wagner of Osseo was able to control the midfield most nights for the Orioles. Their team MVP, Wagner, had 8 goals and 9 assists and was a strong leader. Number 4, Kobe Stuhlman, was co-MVP for Wayzata as a defensive mid. He was often assigned to the opposing team's best player. Stuhlman added 2 goals and 2 assists offensively for the state semifinalist Trojans. Our defenders include number 3, Carter Mast of Maple Grove. The junior was a third-year regular and all-conference pick for the Crimson and one of their better players in recent seasons. Mast was effective on set pieces, tallying 5 goals and 2 assists. Number 21, Miles Ulrich of Wayzata, was another co-MVP for the Trojans and a second-team All-State pick while leading their team in the back. Ulrich added 2 goals and an assist for the Trojans. Breck's number 13, Ellis Pricing, is called one of the best central defenders in Minnesota regardless of class by his coach. The All-State pick reads the field well and is technically sound. He had a goal and 3 assists. Our goalkeeper is Nick Messerly of Hopkins. The senior had a 1.68 goals against while facing some of the state's premier teams in the Lake Conference. The all-conference pick was a 5-year varsity player. An impressive group, the CCX All-Area Boys Soccer Team. These players had strong seasons too. The honorable mention picks for boys soccer. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
That does it for this show. Remember to visit ccxmedia.org for the very latest news and sports from the Northwest Suburbs. We'll see you next time. Thank you to our supporting sponsor, Scott's Lawn Care, serving homes and businesses of their neighbors in the Twin Cities West Metro area. Scott's Lawn Care team offers services ranking from weekly maintenance to complete redesign. Also, Scott's Lawn Care offers snow plowing services for the smallest residential lots to large commercial projects as well. Thank you, Scott's Lawn Care, for being a supporting sponsor of CCX Media.